Hello everyone and welcome back to channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads, and this time we're going to do some more health stuff. So this is I saw that the U.S. Surgeon General Adams has been taking a lot of heat and I was wondering why. Now this is from I guess this is Fort Russ, Fort-Russ, I'm not sure .com. I don't know exactly where this is, so you can take all this with a grain of salt. I will put a link in the description. So this is by Joaquin I'm Flores. I know I should know how to say that properly. Anyway, he's dumps Gates' predictive contagion model. This is something that is apparently, I don't know if it's Bill Gates directly, but Bill Gates is really pushing for suddenly to have a coronavirus human-approved, FDA human-approved coronavirus vaccine, which we haven't, they've been working on it for years and years. I don't even remember how many years. I thought it was, some of this research goes back at least 20. I personally have a friend of mine that went to medical school. Well, he actually did medical research first, and they did things with coronaviruses, and that would have been in the early 90s. So for them magically all of a sudden have something is very suspicious to me, and it may be true, okay? To kind of take this all with a grain of salt, but in a stunning turn of events, Surgeon General Jerome Adams explained in an interview on live XM radio that the coronavirus task force has effectively dumped the Bill Gates, CDC, WHO, World Health Organization predictive contagion model, and is now working with real data, which they should be at this point. And this goes back to whatever college over in the UK. And this guy's under investigation because his predictive models have been bad for like 15 years. I mean, in this one, he was many orders of magnitude off. He explained on Sirius XM Breitbart News Daily host Alex Marlowe, that given the new data, business will begin to reopen as early as May, others in June. To me, and if you look at how we handled pandemics in the past, nothing even close to this. And we've had far worse pandemics than this. And actually being locked in your home is the worst place you can do. The data says this is where people are catching it. Get out. Now, granted, keep space from people. Don't let people sneeze on you, but be out in the sun and exercise is the best thing you can do. This runs contrary to the out-and-out fear-mongering of Dr. Fauci. And Fauci and Bill Gates are joined at the hip. Fauci has a direct monetary benefit to let Bill Gates' vaccine go live. So he has a huge conflict of interest. And this is actually, people who blasted me about that are starting to post that on Facebook, which was really nice. Threatening the public that business may not reopen for 6 months to a year. This is absolutely insane to do that. Full economic collapse. We're talking full collapse of everything. You're talking millions of people starving, maybe billions worldwide. What the American people need to know now is that we actually have data. Yep, and so we're tracking that data. Before this about-face, which appears to have come as an order from the Trump administration in consultation with the findings of Dr. Adams, task force was working with predictive models. Yeah, once we have real data, and this dominated by Fauci, by Bill Gates, dominated WHO and CDC. Dr. Fauci's control over CDC has been criticized in the past for its product mode, and handling of HIV and H1N1. Yeah, a range of it. And that's true. And a lot of the stuff that they're telling us to do, this is what they told us to do with HIV patients back in the 80s. And, and it's amazing how they're spinning the same story, but people are believing it this time. And those inflated fear-based models, the deaths, and don't quote, that is fear-based, of RevCon in articles. So the millions, why is that weird space there? And hundreds of thousands in America were touted. They were used on the basis that many experts have termed a grossly misproportionate response. Yep. Yeah, we locked down, and those models even took the lockdown into effect. People will think that they didn't. Previously, the task force was working with predictive models, frequently criticized because of the tendency to exaggerate the possible effect of the virus. Yeah, viruses got to run their course, okay? And we have very few very effective vaccines for a reason, mainly because a lot of these viruses mutate so rapidly. I mean, we don't have a common cold. You think common cold, I mean, how many decades have we been studying it? We still don't have a cure because of their tendencies. Okay, so models predicting the deaths of millions and hundreds. Okay, why is that repeating itself? Real-time data. Yeah, let's start making informed decisions based on the actual data. I don't see what the problem is. Even if it means, hey, we're going to stay locked down, this city's going to stay locked down, or we're going to slowly roll out, but this state's going to start to open up, or this part of the state's going to do this, and while this other part that's more densely populated or has an older population or has worse pollution, let's just start getting the gears going again. We don't have to instantly open up. Adam said the models usually took data from different cultures and places around the world, but they were able to track more accurately what could happen in the United States based on, our response should be based off of our data, not the data of Europe, not the data of Africa or Asia or anywhere else. We're following this data every single day, and we're giving the data to communicate to communities so that they can make informed and intelligent decisions. We are dealing with bureaucrats and politicians. Intelligent is really not in their bailiwick, but at least slightly informed. A significant indicator for communities being allowed to reopen was actual testing data, not a predict. Yeah, and this is very repetitive. I feel confident that some places will start to open in May. Yeah, and Adams praised South Korea and Singapore, which closed their borders early, but just like the United States did with travelers from China, but also lessons learned across the board. In Sweden, we have the director of the World Health Organization starting to say the Swedish model moving forward. He didn't give them a lot of. That was kind of a catchy title that they lauded him, but moving forward is just start opening up slowly. Still keep protected the parts of the population that are most at risk, and just start moving forward. Start opening things. Start letting them come in. The masks are in the general public. The masks are more of a danger unless you have signs. But if you have signs of the virus, stay home. Don't go out. And if you're asymptomatic, I think it's all right. Just stay away from, keep space. That's it. All right. So what do you think of Adam's decision here? Do you think this is crazy? Do you think this is premature? I think it's where the data leads. Okay. And not what the computer scientists say. All right. As the dogs start barking like crazy, we're going to wrap this up, and let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Let's double check that it didn't reduce it again. It did that earlier today. It really pissed me off. All right, 3, 2, 1.